Welcome back, everybody. I hope you're enjoying this from the Hydro in Glasgow.
What's not to enjoy?
Wow, what a night so far. 6-5 to Luke Littler against Rob Cross in the first game of the night. Michael van Gerwen with 109 plus average. He loves playing in Scotland. 6-1 victory over Stephen Bunting, who's already out of this second night of the 2025 Premier League, live on the talkSPORT Darts YouTube channel. Mace is with me once again, and our first semi-final will be the winner of the first and the second quarter-finals. What's not to like, because Littler's about to go up against Michael van Gerwen, so we've seen dominance from MVG and a great comeback from Littler. Is it a silly question to say that we are expecting greatness from this game, pretty much like Belfast from last week?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, we all know, and Littler admits himself, he's not the biggest practicer in the world, and you'll see him in a lot of matches. He can get away with it if it's long course darts, but when it's this short format, which for the standard these guys are playing at, it can be over in 10 minutes literally. So I think after playing that one game and having come through against a very, very good Rob Cross, who at 5-1 was averaging 110, I think that shows that Littler will respond to that, and he's going to have to, because that was vintage MVG. But the game that I absolutely adored was the last one. Chris Dobey was just throwing everything at Humphries, and you worked out some numbers, didn't you?
Indeed. We were looking at the last four legs, and Humphries completed the last four legs of that contest without any sort of response from Dobey, because if he was going to win a leg, he was probably going to have to hit a 9-darter.
Correct.
But the average for the last four legs, 122.69, which is quite incredible. And the thing that makes it very believable is that that four-leg spell still isn't the same as the Premier League record, which is 123.4, which was actually hit in Scotland.
Yeah, for an entire match, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and it could have been higher, couldn't it?
Yeah, Michael Smith against Michael van Gerwen from quite a few years ago now. It could have been 133.
Yeah, I knew it was in the 130s. I think he missed double 18, and then missed a couple of darts, but eventually got it done 6-1, I do believe.
Is it just a case for Dobey tonight saying, I put myself in position, I played really well, but I came up against someone who is now at the top of the table by 3 points provisionally on 7. He just found a patch that we all find every now and again, and I just have to move on to Dublin next week.
Absolutely, and this is going to happen to a lot of players in this campaign. We've got probably the group of the most flair players, probably with the exception maybe of Aspinall and Bunting, who are still capable of it in some big numbers in, but you think of Humphries, MVG, Dobey, Price, Littler, Cross, they're flair players, they're players that we've seen it multiple averages in the 110 pluses, so they're all going to walk into that over the campaign.
Well, the fact is, if Dobey had played against anybody outside of the Premier League, he probably wins that game. But it just proves that when you play Premier League darts in 2025, there's nowhere to hide. So Dobey is out, and now we turn our attention to the first semi-final, which will be a fourth meeting of the year between the three-time world champion Michael van Gerwen and the current world champion Mr. Littler at the age of 18.
Well, the last five they played, the very last time they played, which of course was in the Premier League just a week ago, I mean, it was a thriller. It went 6-5 to MVG. The previous four meetings have all gone the way of Luke Littler. One of them in the World Series of Darts quarter-final, the World Championship final, of course, that Littler won 7-3, quarter-final of the Euro Tour, a 6-1 thumping for MVG in that one, and then the World Series of Darts finals in the semi-final, there's another thumping, 11-4 for Littler.
Would you like to play a game of what's more ridiculous? Because Littler averaged 113.91, losing 6-5 in Belfast last week. Is it that, or is it the fact that when they played in the semi-finals of the World Series of Darts finals in the home country of Michael van Gerwen, Is it more ridiculous that Littler won the last 9 legs of that contest and didn't give Michael a shot at a double to win 11-4?
Yeah, that was special. I mean, last week was very much what Dobey's just got to say. Well, hands up, cameras. It's going to happen, but when you think his last 4 defeats, 105, 107, 108.5 and 113, that's what it's taking to beat him. I mean, his running average for them 4 defeats are closer to 110 than they are 105.
The fact is, if they play darts on other planets and they come down to Glasgow at the Hydro and see this, they might just jog on to the next planet and say, should we play against Jupiter instead?
Yeah, we'll leave this place.
Yeah, this guy's rather good. But those averages you've just mentioned, they would christen most people's careers about 15, 20 years ago. But now it's a weekly occurrence.
Well, that defeat last week was higher than my highest ever average on TV, off TV, anywhere.
I'm not saying anything. Not a word. But we will throughout the course of this semi-final, because if it's anything like Belfast, we will revel in it as much as we can. 3 more matches live on the talkSPORT YouTube channel tonight, starting with Littler against Van Gerwen. It is best of 11. The winner will get 1 further point in the Premier League season, and if you make it to the final, you could get another 2 on top of that. And if you win tonight, you get £10,000 as a bonus, a lovely little plaque from the title sponsor, and most importantly, it is the confidence of getting what could be your first nightly win of the campaign. In the case of Humphries, though, he's still looking to go back to back.
Yeah, and listen, this is really, I mean, there's no break, there's no season in darts anymore, so, but the schedules get heavier, and sort of from here on in, we've got the UK Open in a couple of weeks, and I think in between that we've got Euro Tour. Yeah, so it really does come fast and furious throughout the remainder of the year, especially the players involved in World Series events.
And that places again the importance on schedule management. Even at the start of the season, you might want to play everything for the first 4 weeks and then take a little mini break, but you can't forget about the UK Open at the start of March, or should I say at the end of February. It is traditionally after the Exeter Premier League, which this year will be night 4. So over the course of night 4 and the next 3 days, you could be the winner of the Exeter Premier League and the UK Open, the way it sort of was for Peter Wright in 2017.
Yeah.
Started pretty well. And Gerwen on 361. Littler on 280 after 6 darts. After that 1-2-1. Here we go. A 140 to back up the start for Michael. And this one has got everybody gripped already. People still taking their seats in the Hydro, but they're going to be standing up for that one. First of many.
Oh yes.
Strap in for this one. This could deliver numbers like the kind of things that our sponsors NordVPN would give you. IP addresses.
Yeah, this could be as good as last week. Double 12. Ooh, a missed opportunity. And that's another thing that has crept into the MVG game. No mistake at all from Luke Littler.
Is that a little nod to our late friend Nigel Pearson? I love it.
No mistake at all.
Right place, right time. Right place, right time. 177 start. I did pitch for the 170 finish, but I'd love to see a 9-darter in Scotland.
Well, maybe you can go 154 and leave the 170, Nico. No.
Well, we have seen somebody on the PDC Pro Tour complete a 9-darter on a 154. Good friend of ours, Jamie Caven.
Yeah.
2 treble 20s and double 17 way back against Simon Whitlock.
One of his mentors from the academy was playing at the Super Series today.
Henry Coates.
Yes.
Yeah, he's 18.
Yep.
Same age as Littler. Oh, this is a really good start from Luke, leaving 1-2-4 after 9. He's got a mean look in his eye.
Well, I would have thought last week still smarting a little. And you want to put that right. Oh, the shot's on. Tops. Oh, just grazes, but we'll be back because MVG back on 300.
This is a hot start, and not for Michael. But he's on a finish now after a maximum, just in case. But you just don't expect Littler to miss 40 points with 3 darts. He doesn't miss it with 1. So it's 2-0 already to Littler.
Yeah,
do you want me to make Luke Littler feel old, by the way? The winner of the boys' title of the Scottish Open last year was 9.
Yes, I've seen that.
9!
And I mean, he doesn't look 9.
That's one of our favourite numbers in darts.
Although I remember interviewing Luke when he was 15, and I was looking around going, there ain't a 15-year-old in here, and I'm over here. Like, no way.
You're not going to dredge up that old toy. He's not 16.
Yeah.
Well, he is 18, and he's 2-0 up in the first semi-final.
Looking very, very comfortable. Big fan of those gold darts.
I'm a big fan of these new Van Gerwen ones.
Yes, I had to throw them down at the Royal Masters, and they're very nice.
Very intricate, the grip technology on these. Almost like they've been hit with a lot of bullets to leave those circular groove marks. But the hand work that goes into these new MVG darts, incredible stuff. He's left 95 from 165. Littler's on a 170, and we'll have to wait for that one still.
It's the kind of game that will produce one, though, isn't it?
What does Michael do from 95? Treble 19? Doesn't get it. 76. And he went for the treble 20 instead of the double-double route. That's interesting. Tops left.
Yeah, maybe he thought Littler was further back. But this 115 is on. Can he find tops? Of course he can. Pick the bones out of that lot.
This is astonishing tops work. And it's getting to this ridiculous stage where when he's on his game, he may just be the best tops and tens hitter we've ever seen.
Yeah, I think statistically he's not a million miles off that. He's completed the 3 legs, Nico, in. Remember when we used to play, it used to be 50 darts for 3 legs at Super League. It was a 30.066, wasn't it?
90.18.
Yeah. Well, 40 darts for 3 legs. And I don't mind little bits of improvement, but
that's about a 111 and a half.
Yeah.
There we go. 399 is about to be crushed. Decent 140 to leave 259. Van Gerwen in trouble because his opponent's already at the halfway point of beating him.
Yes, and he's back on 304 and only 60. So it could have been an opportunity for Michael. 259 Littler starts on the 19s and of course hits all 3 of them. Make that 6. Oh, horrible deflection into the treble 7, but he won't mind that. He's on a finish that the players all enjoy. 1-2-4, only needs 1 treble in the combination, but he's not going to have to even think about the ball here. No finish for MVG, back on 204.
Yeah, here comes the 1-2-4 central 60. Doesn't get the treble 16 or treble 8. All as well because he's left tops, and I'd go so far to say that he's going to hit it.
So he's 3 out of 4 on the doubles.
4 out of 5. There it is. 4-0 Littler, and he's got Van Gerwen punching smoke. That is a mean look from that young man. That is merciless.
Yeah, I just think he wants to punish him, doesn't he?
We have seen people nil Van Gerwen in the past. Seen Peter Wright do it in a European Tour final. Ian White's done it on the floor in a final. They are rare. Rarer than anything in darts. But 4-5-7 after 3 for Littler means that Van Gerwen's got the tiniest bit of breathing space.
Max will get him back in the leg. There's 1 treble. There's another, and acres of room. Ooh. Just tried to put a little bit more on that 3rd dart to crash it in.
Did you see what Littler did after Belfast last week, after his disappointment? Maybe take a day off? No. He went to his influencer friend's house and started playing on a live stream. against someone who could throw a half-decent dart. He didn't play against a world-class player. He went on a live stream with a friend. That's the new generation.
Yep.
And this is what Van Gerwen's doing in response to that generation. Another maximum to leave 54, and Littler this time can't do anything about it.
Yeah, won't be too concerned though, because it's on the MBG throw. 14 and tops. Gets the 14. Gets the tops. 4-1.
Just one word from Michael there. Wow. That was it. I wonder what he was referencing there.
Well, that's only his second dart double in the match. So
maybe that's what it was.
Yeah, I don't think he can be too disappointed.
I remember when Michael used to do this to other people, you know.
Yeah.
Or maybe he can give it back, because remember when Littler was 5-1 down in his quarter-final, he came back. Is there any reason why Michael can't do it to Luke?
90.
Absolutely none. He starts with 90. MBG, it's 5 deep.
That's as deep as we've been tonight, and that's the third time. We need 6 to have a chance at 7.
Humphries went 5, didn't he? Because he was talking today about how he'd love to win the gold darts.
This is great use of the board from Michael. The use of the 25 in bull these days is so smart.
Well, it's giving you a look at a finish which doesn't involve the bullseye. Just the 171.
Just the 171. 76 for Michael. He needs 25 in bull. He's got the marker for the bull. Under-delivered by a good centimetre and a half, maybe a little bit more.
Well,
and Littler with 94 for a 5-1 lead.
The 171 to leave 94 would have shook him up. Old school, 25-19 bull. Of course he gets it. That couldn't be any more in the middle if he walked up to the board and placed it in. It's actually in the hole that was left in the last dart in the ball.
That's astonishing, that bullseye. Have you ever seen the movie Ghost? When the guy's on the train and he says, "Get off my train!" Well, that's exactly what the third dart said to the first dart. Get out of the way!
Well, he's buzzing now, isn't he? I can't write my notes down quick enough, Nico.
I'm going to have to get you some AI for these notes. Well, the thing is, Littler's so good, he might actually be dart artificial intelligence. We're about to find out. How was he missing that 60?
There were 2 darts in the treble 20. There didn't look enough room for a dart to slip through the gap, but it did. He's down to 181. He leads 5-1. MBG stranded on 259.
I can see a speech bubble above Luke Littler's lips saying, "You're getting it tonight, Van Gerwen." This is some display. 84 after 9, and Van Gerwen is so far back. He hasn't even played bad.
He's given him both barrels, Nico, and he's going to have to go for this. 84.
Single 20, single 14 for the bullseye again. He's missed it left.
Well left. That was cricket. It'd have been a wide.
126 for Van Gerwen. He's got 419s. How's his bullseye? That was to save it.
Well, 2 tops incoming. Single 2 is found. Misses tops. A rare miss at tops and misses 10s. Multiple match darts missed for Luke Littler. Oh, double 4, 1 dart left. Oh, MVG just about clinging on by his fingernails. He's almost got that feeling where they're scraping down the wall. Because on the throw here, Littler back in the lipstick.
Well, I've got a theory, Mace. By missing that chance to win by 6 legs to 1 is just going to make Littler even more determined. That's how these young stars behave. They don't think, "Oh, I might have missed my chance."
Yeah, well, we advise the opposite of just stay calm and nice and relaxed, don't force it. He seems to have this mental ability of going, right, you want to go up a gear, I'll go with you, and then I'll take it somewhere else.
Yeah, it's one of, I've just been tackled, I'll find you and I'll tackle you back.
Yes. Yeah, chasing him around the park.
And that could be a reference from many sports, including his beloved Warrington Wolves, who nicknamed their stadium after him last week. And another maximum for Littler puts him within touching distance once again.
Yeah, that's a fifth for... Sorry, a third for Littler. It's MBG who has 4. Does have a 2 171s in there as well.
This is the guarantee. 3 points for the night. He's gone for treble 18 on 84. Single 14, then a single 12. So, you know what he's left, don't you? He's left himself on tops. Van Gerwen on 208, a parting max. It may just be. He leaves double 14.
Mystic Mason, I knew he was going to hit 5.
Double top for Littler. It's high by a centimetre, but the second one is there. It's an incredible display from Luke Littler, who was taken out Michael Van Gerwen. It's not a revenge match from last week in Belfast, but going into week 3 it will be 1-1 between those two, who did a duel on the January the 3rd World Championship final, which was won by that man in purple and yellow. Astonishing stuff, Mace. And yet again he leaves you shaking your head.
Yeah, I mean, Michael's averaged 98.5 there, and it was a spanking. It was an absolute. He had to rely on Littler missing darts at a double to let him back in to win one of the 2 legs he won. 6 out of 9 on the doubles for Littler. 3-1-8 is 2 171s. That wonderful finish on the bullseye on 94. The ball was absolutely plumb. An average of 104, which in the end he made look very, very comfortable.
I get the feeling that with that 94 checkout, they're going to take a photograph of that and put it in a gallery, because that bullseye really was the epicenter of the entire dartboard, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was bang in the middle, and it was how he sighted that ball, because the 25 looked to be just sort of skewed across it. Didn't change his foot placement. He just was confident enough to slide it straight down the side of dart 1. But yeah, a lovely performance, and sets up potentially a cracking final, because Humphries was irresistible in his quarter-final match.
Well, you said it. They had to follow what we've just seen from Dobey and Humphries. In a way, they just have. So now Humphries and Price will have to try and follow that. So
yeah, listen, Pricey played okay, didn't he, in his opening game? It was far from spectacular. It was ultimately felt, I don't know, maybe a little laboured. He's not going to get away with that, especially now Humphries has had one game. He's on the crest of a wave, isn't he? You know, he's won the World Masters, won night 1 of the Premier League. He's not, and maybe that was a good choice to give Tuesday a miss. Comes into this with a fresh mind.
A yes or no from you as you leave us for the next game. Is it going to be a repeat of the Premier League final from last May in tonight's final at the Hydro?
I think so, yeah.
Fantastic, thanks Mace. And when it comes to the Darts Premier League, the last thing you want is an online mishap throwing you off your game. Threat Protection Pro helps you dodge bogus sites with the dark web monitor. You'll get a heads up if your personal info starts circulating in the online equivalent of the Madhouse. Go to nordvpn.com/darts. VPN, you get 2 years plus 4 months free and a birthday deal. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. And we will be back after this short break, and it will be the second semi-final between the world number 1, Luke Humphries, and the Iceman Gerwyn Price.